Greetings, everyone. Dr. Brian Scott coming to you from London, Ontario. We've been pastoring Victory Christian Center here in London for the last 35 years. And I've been studying the prophetic end time type scriptures and all these events that pertain to the end times for well over 40 years. I've been really blessed over those years to have studied some wonderful scholars in this area. Probably the most impactful in my life has been Dr. Hilton Sutton. And I just really have cherished the times I had with him and the information he shared with me. We're in the last of the last days. We really are. And we've been looking at the church age being the last 2,000 years of the creation story. 6 days of creation, 1 day of rest, 6,000 years of earth, 1,000 years of Jesus ruling and reigning. We're in the last 2 days, the church age. It began on the 30th year AD when Jesus Christ ascended into heaven. And just by doing simple math, we can see 2030 would be the culmination of the church age. But we're not entitled to set a time or a date, but we are entitled to look at all the events that are occurring and realize that we're getting closer and closer and closer. Over in 2 Timothy chapter 3, when Paul wrote Timothy, the young pastor of the church in Ephesus, he said, in these last days, perilous times will come. And then in the next number of verses, he describes something like 25 events that would describe and define these last days. And we see almost all of them having come to pass. Well, what I want to share with you in this short segment today is the timetable, or what I expect will be things that are coming up, things that we will see occurring in the very near future. Now, Jesus in Matthew chapter 24 said, in these last days, we'll see wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation. We're seeing that all along, everywhere. But here are some of the events that are going to come along in these last days. First and foremost, I believe you'll see the rapture of the glorious church. And we'll explain more of that in a subsequent episode. Then you're going to see what I call World War III, what Dr. Sutton referred to as World War III, a conflict against the nation of Israel by a bunch of nations, a whole group of nations. And they're all in place to attack now. Then we're going to see the figure known as the Antichrist revealed. We don't know who that is, but we sure know that the spirit of the Antichrist is in the world today. We're seeing it everywhere we turn. Then you're going to see something like the mark of the beast come along. That will be required to buy and sell. Maybe something similar to the QR code or the vaccination passports. I believe those have just been trial runs to see whether or not we would agree with them. And then as we get towards the end of the period altogether, we're going to see a battle called Armageddon. And following that, the Lord Jesus Christ is coming back to this earth to rule and reign. It's called the second coming of Jesus Christ. I hope you'll stay tuned to our episodes as we share more and more of this information with you. These are insights to the end times. See you tomorrow.